Hey there, comic fans. This is Comicfan with another humble haul. In this episode, I've got a little bit of bargain hunting I went to yesterday. Got a couple of things from a recent show and a random act of kindness, as well as one eBay purchase, which I'm really happy with. We'll go ahead with this. You'll notice in the title, I titled this Triumphs and Trials, or Trials and Triumphs. The reason why I did that because this is not a spectacular haul. To me, I love this haul, but every haul is not great. But this one's good enough, so we'll go ahead and get this going. Like I said, yesterday morning I did a little bit of bargain hunting, checked out some local ads, picked up some books. The first one, we had a $10 sale for a bundle of 5 books. I checked it out. It was good enough for $10, but I was not happy with it. It was one of my trials. So the guy had in this bundle a Brave and the Bold, number 141, G.I. Joe, number 103, a Batman and the Outsiders, number 5, and Invaders, number 29, and Spawn and Batman. And to top it all off, it looks like this was what? Not 5 books, whatever it was. But at the top of the pile, he had this Star Wars number 42, a really rough copy of Star Wars number 42, first appearance of Boba Fett. Now, of course, I want you guys to weigh in your issue on this. Would you have done this just to get this this one book for roughly $2? It's really beat up, but it's better than not having it. Like they say, low grade is better than no grade, right? Also in the first appearance is Bosk, and I believe is that Dengar? Now, how come they don't get their own first appearances? They don't show them the love. But anyway, I jumped at the chance, and apparently somebody else was going to buy it if I was going to buy it, because the seller messaged me back with somebody else's response, so I guess it was worth having. Nonetheless, I'm still happy to have it, because the first one I've had, didn't want to spend a lot of money on it. So anyway, right after that, I went and hit up a bookstore, and I picked this up. Another one of my trials. It's not what I thought it was. I was so happy to pull this. I went and messaged Undisputed Frost right after I got this. Hey, I finally got this. Then he tells me to check to see if it was a first or second print. Yeah, it's a second print. But nonetheless, it was $5. I lost out of $5. Still got a great book, not a first printing. Oh well. Those were my trials. So anyway, moving on. I hit up a local show a couple weeks ago and filled up a huge run of my Howard the Duck run. That was also a trial, believe it or not. But anyway, I got a Howard the Duck number 4, number 9, number 20, number 23, which has a little parody of Star Wars. But funny thing about this, and this is why I say it's one of my trials, I was pulling this really quick, and I don't always take a look at the conditions of these books until after, which is something I should really learn from my mistakes. But anyway, this one here had no staples on it, never was binded, no nothing. You'll see there are no staples, no staple holes at all. So basically, you have a book that's completely loose. Every page is loose. So I thought that was really interesting. I bought it anyway just because of that. But not to worry, I got another copy at that show anyway. No big deal. So 23, 29, 26, number 30. That was actually my favorite one. Iron Duck is really cool. So aside from that, Marky316 decides to tell me, he messages me and tells me that he can get a couple of Howard the Ducks to complete my run, which I thought it was really cool. Marky316 seems to be the ambassador of the comic YouTube group or community, where you want to call it. He's been going out and helping people in quite a few videos. So, I'm not ashamed to throw his name around. Marky316, thank you so much. He got me number 19 with a really cool homage to Spider-Man 50. Love it. Thank you. And number 24. So, much appreciated. Thank you, Marky316. Moving on to the little show I went to. In fact, before I went to the show, I actually picked another book from San Diego Comic-Con. I forgot to show. Maybe it was because I was ashamed to show it. Maybe not. I don't know. But it's a really beat-up copy, and I was happy to have it. I spent $10 on it. I picked up Superman's Girlfriend's Lois Lane, number 17. This is the second appearance of Brainiac. If I can't afford the first, I'm more than happy to splurge on the second for $10. But this was one of only 2 copies I found at that show, and the other one was well overpriced. So for $10, I got a bunch of writing on it, and there's a lot of writing on the backside. I won't show you the backside, but if I can show you the second appearance of Brainiac, I'm more than happy to do so. Let's see if I can find it here. Should be right. Yeah, there you go. Second appearance of Brainiac. That little green guy. Yeah, there you are. An eye full of Brainiac. Okay, so we went to a show a couple weeks ago. Picked up some cool stuff. I picked up Elvira's House of Mystery, number 3. And I think there's a little rivalry going on between me and Huey. Huey's decided that he's going to finish this run before I do. So I think we have a little rivalry and a race to finish this run. So there you go, Huey. I'm one up on you, I think. Or we might be tied. We don't know. We'll find out. Marvel Fun and Games, number 4. Real happy to find that. Anytime I find one of these, I'm really happy. There's only 13 in the run, and I thought it would be a really cool thing to collect. And the major pickup I got from that show for about roughly a little over $50, $53, I picked up a Daredevil number 8, which some really good Wally Wood goodness. I'm always loving some Wally Wood. Also, Amazing Spider-Man number 123. Always a cool story there. And the first Silver Samurai, number 111, Daredevil. Oh, how could I forget? First appearance of Stiltman. Sorry, guys. Not like that was a huge thing, but it's huge to me. I like him. I always liked the early Daredevil stuff. And speaking of Wally Wood, I came into some more Wally Wood goodness, some stuff that I've always wanted. I picked this up on eBay the other day for roughly about $21 shipped. Canon, Heroes Presents Canon number 1 and number 2, both as a set. Now, number 1's always easy to get, but it's the number 2 that's always eluded me. I've never been able to get it, hardly ever see it, and I just figured I went the eBay route. It was one of those things I was set on going out and finding in the wild. Well, it's just something that wasn't going to happen. I've been looking for it for a couple years in the wild. It wasn't working out. So I'll just give you a small snippet of what is in it. And you'll notice that number 1 and number 2 are obviously different sizes. Number 2 is almost like a treasury size. But like I said, good Wally Wood stuff. There's actually some good Steve Ditko stuff in here, which is really cool. But aside from that, yeah, that's the stuff that's done by Steve Ditko right there. I found something cool at the end on this. Was a little sketch of Punisher, but it doesn't give any credit as to who drew it. So I'm really interested to find out who that is. I think this is Dominic Fortune. I don't know who that is. But anybody watching this, if you guys can fill me in on maybe who is to deserve credit on this, I'd really appreciate it. Because it doesn't look like a normal Punisher. You can see that. I'd really like some info on that. And to finish it off, more Wallywood goodness. It was a freebie from my buddy over at Rocket Comics. He gave me this Wallywood sketchbook, which I really, really liked. I haven't finished reading it, but it's basically a compilation of sketches by Wallywood, and it gets a little bit of commentary by Bruce Timm, Joe Orlando, among others. So it's great stuff, great read. I've never really been one to collect a lot of sketchbooks, but this is definitely at the top of my list. Okay, with that said and done, I believe that's the end of my haul here. So it's a short little stack, but nonetheless, is a stack. I love sharing stuff with you guys. This is Comicfan. It's the end of the video, and then until next time, happy hunting. We'll see you guys later. Bye.